Hey, Master Paul A, how are you today?
How are you, Maggie? A year just flies by.
Yes, for sure. So for 2021, the year of the ox, what is the Chinese New Year prediction for people that were also born in the year of the ox?
Now, there are two opposite arguments. One is saying if your ox in the ox year had to be good. But in the reality, ox in the ox year, they had to be a little cautious. Number one, be cautious about health because it's a bit of conflict. Number two, be cautious about how to spend money. No gambling, that is.
Okay, so maybe you want to elaborate a little bit more on the health?
Well, for the health side, because the ox usually means the energy is a bit lower. Because the energy is lower, so they are susceptible to some common diseases. Obviously, the most common would be colds and flus. Not necessarily the coronavirus, okay, but normal colds and flus. So they should rest more, exercise more, and don't overexert at work and weaken the energy.
Okay. And how about in terms of wealth? How do you see the forecast for ox?
The ox wealth, mainly regular income is okay. No gambling income, for almost you can forget about it. Money seems to come from hard work. So that's why no speculations. But then on the good side, if you earn money the hard way, you have a better chance to keep it.
Okay. And then how about career?
Career, now the ox is fairly good with machinery, metal stuff this year. So if they are machinists, or if they are in logistics, or they are in metals like cars businesses, they actually can do very well. Okay, or if they can also be in some kind of consulting business, such as accounting.
Okay. Awesome. And then how about their love or romance life?
Flat, not too much excitement. So because of this conflict, they tend to be a little bit seclusive. So as long as they don't cause trouble between each other, that's the greatest.
If someone was thinking to change jobs, would it be a good time for them this year?
Well, if they can hold on to the old job without much trouble, that's better. Unless something really goes wrong with the old job and no choice, then they're forced to. If they're not forced to, stay put.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie.
So, it's 2021, Year of the Ox. What's the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the Year of the Tiger?
Now, the Tiger people have a very dominant spiritual sign this year. They're very thoughtful about things. So if they are in the business dealing with spiritualism, or religions, or philosophies, or public speakings, they should do quite well this year.
Okay. And then what do you feel in terms of health for them?
Otherwise, for the tiger, there's no conflict with the ox. So that means they're fairly healthy this year. Obviously, even though they're healthy, but don't abuse it. Okay, take the limit, but enjoy the got health, and obviously since they're healthy, and if they can help other people to be as healthy, that would be a good thing.
Awesome. And then how do you feel about their wealth?
The wealth is not bad, at least no money losing sign, okay? And if they use the strength in the spiritualism, they can actually do fairly well financially.
Oh, good. And how do you feel their careers are this year?
Careers depends on what they do. Okay, if they are in an IT business, analytical that is, or a religion business being spiritual, or in terms of education, they will do very well. If they are not in those businesses, just take life normally, not much excitement.
And how about their romance life?
Romance are good. Okay, not exciting, but just good. Because the tiger and ox actually, for some strange reason, they do get along well. Because when you look at it, ox being stubborn, tiger being moody, it's a fun relation.
So for the last question, if someone was a tiger and wanted to buy real estate, do you feel it's a good time to buy a house?
Yeah, this will be a good year because the tiger has a little bit of mobility sign in it. Not dominant, but a bit. So buying real estate may implicate some kind of movement. Not a bad idea.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you. So what's the Chinese New Year prediction for Year of the Rabbit?
Now, the rabbits have two very dominant signs this year. One is a relation sign, the other one is a travel sign. So since last year, 2020, nobody could go anywhere, including the rabbit. This year, definitely the rabbit will be motivated to move around. Okay, and since their people relations are good, okay, so they attract people to them, so they will be also very good in sales and marketing for this year.
Nice. So how about the rabbit's health?
Health in general is fairly good, but the one thing to watch out for is things to do with the gallbladder or liver. So that means they should not eat too much greasy food or consume too much alcohol, and try to go to bed earlier to keep healthy.
For sure. And how about their wealth?
Wealth, it depends on what they do. Okay, if they are in sales and marketing, they're doing international trading, they're in logistic business, they should do quite well this year. But if they are in a more stationary job, that behind the desk work, that would be kind of so-so.
Okay, maybe can you elaborate more on the career part?
So if they are in kind of international business, the work requires them to go out a lot, to go client sites, to do the actual marketing to companies, or go to meet people for businesses. They should do very well in the sense.
Okay. Awesome. And how is their love life this year?
Very romantic. Okay, so they attract people to them. So if they're not married, they can enjoy their hopefully not multiple romances. Some good people relations. So if they're already married, it should be fairly good in the cycle of marriage.
The last question, if someone wanted to change jobs, do you feel that's a good time for them this year?
It's their freedom. They can. Because since the mobility will include changes or career change too.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie.
So 2021, Year of the Ox, Chinese New Year prediction for the dragon?
Now, the dragon and the ox actually have conflicts. The conflict tend to be a blinking conflict or people conflict. Okay, so for them, when they're dealing with people, so they should take a step back, listen more, and talk or argue less. However, if they are in a business dealing with arguments, such as a lawyer, okay, or if they are in a business dealing with blinking things, such as demolitions, they may do quite well.
Okay, and how do you feel their health is this year?
Be careful about accidents. Nonetheless, there's a blinking relation. So when they handle heavy objects or beyond their weight, so they probably should not handle it. Or when they're handling sharp objects or when they're driving, be more cautious.
Okay. And how do you feel their wealth is for this year?
The wealth, because a blinking sign, okay, so they should not take risks in their business. But the regular income should be okay as long as they don't speculate.
Okay. And how about their career? Like what kind of jobs are good for dragon this year?
And if they are in a law enforcement business, such as a lawyer or police or soldier or something like that, they should do very well. Or if they are in the demolition business, okay, or groundbreaking business, okay, like building basements for buildings, they should also do quite well because that belongs to the category of breaking.
True, yeah. And how about their love life?
Well, because a breaking sign is a bad year to get married. If they can avoid it, they should wait until next year. But otherwise, okay, just hold back when they're about to burst with some disagreement or anger. take a step back, listen more, talk less, to maintain a good relationship.
Mm-hmm. And so for the last question, since you said the relationships are not as good, is it a bad time to have children?
Because if they got pregnant, if the wife get pregnant before end of April, it will still be ox. And with the dragon person still kind of conflict sign. So my recommendation is to wait until after April to get pregnant, at least be born to the next sign, which is the tiger sign.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
So 2021, Year of the Ox, Chinese New Year prediction for the snake?
Now, snake probably can be ranked as number 3 best of the 12 signs this year, because the snake and the ox more or less form a golden connection, especially with the help of a rooster person. So generally, snake will do very well, both energy level and financially. This is a good year for the snake and people relations.
Okay, and how do you feel their health is this year?
Much healthier than last 2 years.
Oh, nice. And then in terms of wealth, was it good?
Yeah, because the snake and the ox form a golden connection. So if they have some kind of rooster people in between to help, even better. But in general, wealth-wise, they will do very well, because the supporting year, which is the ox, will give them a lot of good luck.
Nice. And what kind of career is good for someone born in the year of the snake?
A career dealing with people or putting people together. Okay, for example, if they are in event management or they are in a kind of matching business, okay, or if they are in sales and marketing, dealing with putting deals together, they will do marvelous.
So if they're good in matching, how is their love life matching?
As I said, it's a match with the ox, so this is a very loving year. Congratulations.
And for the last question, if someone was thinking to invest in stocks, do you feel the snake should do that?
The snake people should be fairly safe this year, because the money comes from both regular and a little bit speculation would be fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you. So 2021, Year of the Ox, what's the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the year of the horse?
Now, it's a very unusual relation with the horse people. On one hand, it's a conflict with the ox. We always say traditionally, a horse and ox person should not be husband and wife, because they tend to fight a lot. But on the opposite side, the horse people would also be one of the most romantic signs this year. So it's quite a conflicting relationship.
Yeah.
So they better handle relations very, very carefully.
So how is their health this year?
Healthier would be careful of dangerous movements, such as vigorous sports or driving. So take your time to drive. Don't be too crazy about it, especially in handling delicate stuff. Okay, so just be careful. Otherwise, regular day-to-day living should be okay for the horse person.
Okay, and how do you feel their wealth is this year?
No gambling, because of the conflict sign. Okay, especially be careful about being cheated by kind of scams this year.
Interesting. And what kind of job or career do you think a horse?
Depends on what they do, obviously. So if they're in the legal business, like a lawyer or paralegal, may not be a bad thing, because he's also got a hidden legal sign. Or if they're in the business dealing with not matching, kind of like resolving relations, hopefully they can do something because of the relation sign. So that's how the horse should work. But nonetheless, when dealing with people, try to think before talk.
And how is their romantic life?
Well, too many, that's the key. And too easy to break. So just be loyal.
Yeah. And for the last question, if they wanted to travel this year, do you feel that's a good time to travel?
Traveling in general is okay, but because there's still a conflict sign, so don't go anywhere that's too dangerous or politically unstable. And also don't take all these risky, like sky jumps or cliff jumps, all that kind of crazy stuff. Not for the horse anyways.
Got it. Thank you so much for your time. So for 2021, it's the year of the ox. What's the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the year of the sheep?
Now the sheep and the ox are opposite. Since we have 12 horoscope signs, so that means the sign is the number 6, starting with the ox. So sometimes it's called the sixth conflict. That means they are opposite. Because they are opposite, they tend to lose money very easily. So be very careful about how to use money. And also tend to get sick easily, prone to accidents. So the sheep people, advice to them would be to be cautious, to be more laid back, and don't take too much risk.
Okay. And do you want to elaborate a little bit more on the health?
The health is they're prone to accidents, so drive carefully, walk carefully, watch out what they're stepping on. And also be careful about the common colds and flus. Just rest well, exercise more, and take things more easily.
Got it. And how about their wealth?
No gambling for sure. Okay, because when conflict is no good. But so since they need to spend money anyways, so what they could do is do it for long-term investments, such as real estate, buying some real estate. So as long as they are not flippers, for long-term they're fine.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And what kind of careers are good for people of the sheep?
If they're in the business dealing with breaking things, such as demolition, such as surgeons, okay, and such as renovations, they could do very well. And because the breaking also implies moving around, so traveling. Okay, so if they run travel agencies, etc., they should do well. But because this conflict against the ox, so they must make sure everything is legally done.
And how is their love life?
Not much to talk about. Take it easy, lay back. Okay, if they are not married yet, forget about this year, with only one exception. Exception is if the couple are 100% opposite, then this is a year to get married. If they are not, better wait.
If they're already married, would they have kids?
Travel more, argue less.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie.
So for 2021, Year of the Ox, what's the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the year of the monkey?
Now, the monkey people are going to enjoy 3 significant signs. One is a sign of authority. Another one is a sign of traveling. Okay, the third sign is a happiness sign. So the monkey people into some kind of happiness this year.
Yeah, and how is their health?
The health in general is very good this year. Okay, and they are very motivated to do something, but there's a lot of hard work, since there's a good chance they have to take on more responsibilities.
Okay. And how is their wealth?
The wealth is good this year. Good year for investments, both regular and business speculation is okay. Just don't overly do it. So money-wise should not be a concern this year.
Okay. And what are some good careers for the monkey?
Now, their best careers had to do with, for example, management, okay, and also market research, sales and marketing, and anything to do with happy events, such as event management.
Okay. And how is their love life?
Very good. In fact, for the monkey people, if they are married but no babies yet, this could be an excellent year to have babies. And if they are not married yet, they want to get married this year, by all means this year. Fairly safe.
And for the last question, you were saying investments were good. Should they buy real estate?
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, because the mobility sign, buying real estate can imply that they're moving. So moving is a good sign for the monkey people this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Maggie.
So for 2021, Year of the Ox, what's the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the Year of the Rooster?
Now, the rooster people are truly lucky people this year because that's ranked #1 best sign. The reason is the rooster and the ox year form a true golden connection. That means there are plenty of opportunities and plenty of luck for the rooster people. So go for it.
Awesome. And how is their health this year?
Very healthy because of connection. Okay, so, but sometimes they are too excited because they're full of energy, so they could be a little bit prone to small accidents, but should not be something major.
And how is their wealth? Good.
Since the governing sign ox is going to give the rooster guy or girl a lot of opportunities, so if they take a little bit of risk, okay, just not too much, a little bit, they should do very well financially.
Awesome. And so what kind of careers are well suited for roosters?
Anything dealing with people, dealing with management, or even opening new businesses, catching on new opportunities, okay, and so just such as underwriting for companies, they should do marvelous.
And how is their love life?
Excellent. Very connecting.
And, if a rooster was thinking of buying a house, is that a good idea?
Excellent idea because of connectivity and because of potential to make money.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Maggie.
2021 is the Year of the Ox. What is the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the Year of the Dog?
Now, the dog and the ox, in between the two of them, there is a legal sign in it, a legal conflict sign. So for the dog people, if they are in a legal business, they should do well, such as a governor or government officer or police officer or soldiers. So things like that, they should do well. All people in the legal business, such as lawyers, okay, they make money from legal conflicts anyways. But otherwise, for the normal day-to-day fellows, try to obey the law, not to take any chances. Okay, so that's my advice to the dogs.
Sounds good. How about their health?
Health-wise, is prone to falling or small accidents easily. Okay, so they should not take too much risk and take the time to do things. But otherwise, they're still fairly healthy, fairly strong.
Okay, awesome. And how is their wealth this year?
Well, it depends on what they do. Okay, if they are doing things not 100% legal, they could lose money. But if they abide by the law and the regular money is okay, just don't take too much risk, especially those not too legal stuff. And also, if they are already like law enforcers or in the legal business, they should do actually marvelous financially.
And so can you elaborate a little bit more on the career? I know you talked a little bit about the different jobs.
Yeah. So as a career concern, okay, and they are to involve in things to do with arguments, okay, to do with kind of hard cases, legal cases, litigations, and if they are on the legal side, like to be the lawyer, they should do very well. So for that kind of career. But for the common folks, as I stress a lot, try to stay away from illegal stuff.
Got it. And how is their love life?
Not much to talk about, just take it easy.
So for the last question, if the love life's not very good, should they still have kids?
If they can wait until after April to conceive, so can be born in the year Tiger, that would be much better.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you. So 2021 is the year of the ox. What is the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the year of the boar?
I would say out of the so many signs, I will rank the boar people to be number 4 best. Because the boar and the ox together with the rat will form a platinum connection. And the boar also has some strength this year. Number 1, money. That's a dominant money sign with the pig. And also very good with spiritualism. So if they are in a religious career or in a spiritual career, or if they are teachers, or there are things to do with spiritual endeavors, the pig people will do marvelous this year.
Awesome. And how is their health this year?
Quite healthy this year, even though there's a slight blood sign there. So they probably should do a checkup at the beginning of the year to prevent either surgery or accidents.
And how is their wealth?
Very good, dominant money signs. Okay, so financially, either regular income or a little bit of speculations would be acceptable.
Awesome. And what kind of careers should a pig, what kind of jobs should they take?
I would say consulting job, management consulting, or to be a teaching job or career, could be a professor or teacher, or could be a preacher, such as a reverend or kind of priest. That sort of thing. It would be very favorable for the pig people. Anything to do with spiritualism is good for the pig for this year.
Awesome. And how is their romantic life?
Very romantic. I would say the pigs are one of the most romantic signs this year. Okay, 2 signs are very romantic this year. One is a horse, but they had a big conflicting sign. The other one is a pig, no conflicting sign, so even better. So very good with people relations.
And for the last question, should the boar travel at all this year?
Definitely. Last year, nobody travels. So this year, the pig can travel, even though the signs are not dominant like last year. But they can make up for it. So I would say traveling is very good for the pig this year.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Maggie.
So for 2021 is the year of the ox. What is the Chinese New Year prediction for people born in the year of the rat?
I would say the rat people are ranked number 2 best out of the 12 signs this year for 2 reasons. Number 1, the rat and the ox people form a silver connection. Number 2, the rat and the ox together with the pig form a platinum connection. So that means this is a very much so connecting year for the rat. So the rats will be outgoing and making money again much better than last year.
Nice. And how is their health this year?
Fairly healthy. The main thing to watch out for is to do with eating habits, stomach and bowels. So watch out what they eat. Don't indulge into too much crazy food.
Okay. And how is their wealth this year?
Very good, because the governing sign ox is going to help the rat people, so financially they're good. Especially if they do real estate investments. The reason is rat and ox combine in silver connection to form earth. And this earth is to do with the housing, land, real estate.
And what kind of careers suit the rat?
I would say the rats people would be very good in, for example, buildings, if they're builders. Okay, in, for example, things to do with the medical field, because medical field is also earth. Okay, and in particular, they are very good to do with speculations, investments, such as stock markets. So if there's stock brokers, FAs, financial advisors, they should be good.
Awesome. And how is their love life?
Very good. Silver connection. So if they are not married yet, they are ready to get married, do it this year. Okay, if they are already married, have more honeymoons. Okay, husband and wife.
Nice. So for the last question, if they're already married, is it a good time to have a child?
I would say excellent year to have kids.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Maggie.
We wish you good health and good fortune.
恭喜發財。